your name?
Justin Mahachek.
What is your main motivation for showing up to the Tarrant County Convention?
I was excited about being a part of the Republican process and the party politics to help bring back conservatism to the Republican Party.
And is there anything else specifically that you would like to talk about to other Ron Paul voters or non-Ron Paul voters?
Regarding the presidential primary, I have endorsed Ron Paul for President of the United States. I believe he's the most conservative candidate. He's a fiscal conservative. He's the strongest pro-life candidate. He believes in a strong national defense without promoting militarism around the world and policing the world. He believes in Christian just war principles, and I believe that he's the best option as President of the United States.
I believe that during the whole time which we were in our integrated process out in the convention, you said you were a part of what group?
I'm with Evangelicals for Ron Paul. You can find our blog at www.evangelicalsforronpaul.wordpress.com.
Very nice. Is that all you have to say, sir?
Just vote Ron Paul.
Hello, sir. What is your name?
My name is Anthony Reed.
What is your main issue with participating? You know, what caused you to participate in the Republican Party political process?
Well, I got involved back in 2008 when Ron Paul first ran. Actually, 2007, became a delegate, precinct convention, Senate district convention, which is where we are today, state convention, and eventually I actually went to the national convention as a guest. You might have seen the guy behind me. He was actually an alternate during the 2008 convention, but went through it again in 2010, worked on one of the nominations committee, and now in 2012, going through it one more time, and it's real interesting.
Do you have anything specifically that you'd like to talk about to Ron Paul voters or non-Ron Paul voters?
Oh man, there's so many things I like to say. Get involved, become a delegate. When you go to your convention, don't leave. After lunch, we had people leave. We had people leaving throughout the day, and that eventually cost us, and we lost votes because people got tired. Don't leave. Stick it through. This is just one day you can do for liberty. Stay all the way through and do it. If you've already missed your opportunity to be a delegate, knock doors in your precinct. Every single Ron Paul supporter knocks their doors in their precinct. Ron Paul would win the primary, but nobody goes out and does it. You can actually go down to your local county auditor for about $1 or $5. You can get a CD with all the registered voters in your precinct, and you know exactly which houses to knock on, which ones are Republicans, which ones are Democrats, so you know exactly how to approach them. If you ever talk to anybody about Ron Paul, whether it's somebody you've known your entire life, and you don't know how to approach them about Ron Paul, or someone you just met, one question you always have to ask that works perfectly. What is important to you? What issues concern you? Once you show an interest in another voter and another person's opinions, it opens up a dialogue, and they feel valued. And once they show you what's important to them, then you know exactly how to approach them about Ron Paul and how to tell them why Ron Paul's positions are exactly what they've been looking for. So don't talk to people about one issue or two issues. Most people, it's just one issue that really concerns them. And if you come after them with a different issue, then you're not going to do any good. What's important to you? What issues concern you? Find out what's important to them, and you'll be able to make tremendous waves in your neighborhood with Ron Paul.
Very nice. And also, from what I hear, you're running for Congress maybe in the future?
Not in any time near future.
But maybe we should be looking forward
to city council. I got elected. If you're thinking about running for city council or some office, do it. Especially local office. You can't learn about it in school. You just got to get involved. If you have an opportunity to run. You'll learn a lot from it. You'll meet a lot of people. And even if you don't win, it builds connections that will be unbelievable for you. 90% of life is about who you know, not what you know. So if you have an opportunity to run, I say do it.
All right, very nice. Hopefully we'll see you in Congress, and remember to support Anthony for Congress in the future whenever he hopefully runs. Sir, what did you think of the Tarrant County Convention?
It was pretty good. It was exciting to be part of the process at the grassroots level and participate in the nominations and resolutions and everything, and just really see what it takes to get to the candidate process. This is the actual party putting together all the infrastructure. A lot of times we're like, but this is where you can actually affect change and help shape the face of the party. So I enjoyed it.
Taking after money, Dale?
Do you have any extra comments that you'd like to say?
Yeah, I'd just like to see more turnout. Obviously one of the things we want to see is more young people. We did have a lot of young people relative to what we've seen in years past, but we just need to continue to work to get more of the youth voice heard and to hear present. And, it's one thing for us to talk about it, blog about it, chat about it, Facebook about it. But at the end of the day, you got to come put the hard time in and show up here and spend the 12, 14 hours here debating it out and hashing it out and submitting your resolutions and submitting your names and getting in there and having a vote and delegation. So that's the challenge for the youth, is to get in here and become delegates.
What would you say, what time would you say the convention started? What time would you say it ended?
Well, we started at, registration was at 8, we started at 9, and let's see, it is now 10 o'clock at night, so it's not a short day. And really, the majority of the real actions doesn't start until 6 o'clock at night, so it goes late. Be ready.
Yep. What would you say is your the issue that affects you the most, or that you would like to talk about the most, of what affects your choice in the presidential race?
In the presidential race, probably adherence to the Constitution,
Right.
And of course that takes on many forms and many aspects. And one of the things we talked about here today was financial. Everybody talks about being a fiscal conservative, but nobody, when the rubber meets the road and we start talking about details, nobody wants to step to spending. But whether it be foreign policy or spending or social programs, it's adherence to the Constitution on all those issues. And what we need to do is hold our party to the fire to have a constitutional approach to those issues. Again, whether they're domestic or foreign, is adhere to the Constitution. If we want to go to war, that's fine. Let's just do it the way the Constitution says it should be. And I think that's a lot of people. If that conversation is phrased properly, they agree with that and they would support that. We just need to get out there and do a better job of spreading that message.
All right. This is Eagle XYZ. Can you please give me just... All right, guys. This is Eagle XYZ. We just finished up the convention here. As you can see, what's the church called again?
Pantego Bible Church.
Bible Church. We are closing out, and I believe I'm going to state. And are you going to state, sir?
I am. I'm a delegate.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Thank you very much. So guys, Eagle XYZ, closing up at Pantego Bible Church. I am signing out. It was a rather interesting convention. We had a whole bunch of BS over whether, because we closed the convention too early and then we had to open it or some crap like that. But yeah, it's long. It lasts until like 9 or 10 o'clock-ish. Just a little exhausting, but we made it. We're American. We go through the process. So yeah, this is Eagle XYZ signing.